Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, and I'm Ian. And on the couch tonight, we have a six-pack, but no Nick. But we do have a special guest. We have, oh my gosh, you guys. Don't
Dave's here.
tempt the fate of that.
Dave is here.
You guys
Aaron
are-
made it. Yeah.
Anyway, on the couch, we got Jared, Dave, Scott, and Aaron. And like I said, once again, third time on the show, Yousef joins us again.
Finally.
How's it going,
Welcome,
buddy?
Yousef.
He's
So
back.
good to be back. Can you believe I haven't been on the Couch Co-op show in over 5.5 years.
I know.
Wow.
Isn't that
Has it been that
insane?
long? That's crazy.
I know. I didn't realize how close together those first two episodes were.
They were very close. It's
Like less than a year, I think.
Insane. So we did 2, and then we didn't see each other for a long time, and now we're
Never. I've
rekindling.
never seen him. Haven't seen him at all.
Yeah, that's funny.
Who's this guy again? I think he was in my cow house once.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah. It was the one in it was the one at
We had
Scott's
Taco Bell.
house.
That was the
That's a
first
great
one on the
one.
couch, and then during the COVID times, I had just Yousef and I just one-on-one little fireside chat
Yes.
episode, and then we just forgot about him.
Return of the Yousef.
And except for when I spam your guys' Discord every time I go live, which seems to happen a lot.
Wow.
I love he's got his dedicated
That's funny.
channel.
Well,
We're used to it.
He's a professional
Yes.
streamer, so
Semi-pro.
semi-pro. Well, welcome back, Yousef.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll get into I have a bunch of questions for you, but first that we just had
Okay.
a weekend. How's everyone's weekend? Anyone get up to anything exciting?
No,
No.
it was nice.
Aaron got
I went to a
quiet.
black attire wedding.
Black tire.
Black attire. You
Black
were
attire.
required all
black
black.
attire.
It looked like a funeral, but it was a witchy wedding for witchy people, so they all wore black. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
And then we
okay,
went
that
to.
doesn't make much sense now.
That
I
makes
mean, I
sense.
went
So
to
you got
Casa
married?
Diablo.
I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah.
all Yousef wears is black.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, I have some blue out, shirts and stuff and pants, but no, it's mostly black.
dark.
And it's
blue.
been I hate just
Yeah.
shocker to anybody. It's been
Midnight
that way for
blue.
like 25 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave was out launching rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Central Oregon, got
Fun.
a personal best,
Well,
and
that's fun.
Oh, nice.
flew to 13,000 foot.
Ooh.
They all
You get
came
that
back.
on
You didn't
vid?
lose anything.
It came back. It was about about 3 or 4 miles from where it started.
Sweet.
Too bad though, really.
Thank goodness for
Could've been worse. Could've had
GPS
multiple
and
pieces.
tracking.
All in one piece.
Airtight.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good job.
Did you have an onboard camera?
No, it was too small.
Oh,
I
okay.
had a large stick and was stood there, like pressing it as hard as I could into the ground to get everything to fit into it,
Yeah.
so I could
Man,
bolt it all up.
That's crazy.
Was this
And
one
it
flying?
works.
Was this one
That's great.
flying? Was this one flying all your new 3D printed materials?
Yep, 3D printed AV bay that I made. and
Nice.
some electronics and everything actually worked. I was quite surprised.
Cool.
That's great, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. Congrats.
So 15,000
nice.
is next.
Okay. Go up another couple thousand. That's awesome.
What'd you get up to,
I'm
Jared?
trying to get.
I've pretty much just been dorking around in my garage, setting up the surround system, and got everything working. So that's great. Now I just need to mount my projector and wire that up, and I'll be good to go.
Theater
Yeah.
room.
Sounds
theater
great.
setup.
Yeah.
Home
Your
theater
kids
setup.
will never
Yeah.
see you again.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Dad?
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I
Honey.
mean,
Go away.
Yeah, I mean, I have all these Bose
good.
satellites, so I set all those up, and this receiver behind me. Well,
What are those
here.
moaning noises coming from the
Yeah,
garage?
you know, I locked the door. Keep them out.
Yeah.
Put your
Yeah,
headphones
so
on, Jared. Come on now.
just
That'll help with that.
trying to make my garage useful instead of a storage unit. So yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
who wants to park a
That's
car in a
awesome.
garage?
yeah. Well,
I know.
That's where you
right?
put your
Like,
comic
there-
books.
There's a use for those.
That's all I
Especially
want.
when you've got a perfectly good back garden.
No, well, there's
yeah,
not.
I know.
No, but like,
It's
but
never
like
gonna
looking,
end.
looking at how damaged my car is from the sun, it's like I just wish I had a garage. I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah.
The
Could
discoloration.
build one of those canopies in the backyard and just park
yeah.
it back there.
Bryn doesn't want that.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
How about you, Yousef? You get up to anything exciting this weekend?
Yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend. Friday I streamed. That's actually one of the things that has changed since I was last on your show is that I started streaming on Fridays again, which I didn't do for many years. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. But I streamed, and then after that, I went to Cinema 21 to see the movie Sirat, which you may or may not have heard of. It's gotten some publicity leading up to the Oscars because it was
that was ringing a
nominated.
bell, actually.
Yeah, it was nominated for Best International Picture. So I wrote as much in my Letterboxd review, but that movie is really fucking stressful. I am like not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm also not gonna spoil anything, but I'm just saying if you're interested in seeing it, you should know that it is very bleak and extremely stressful to watch
Bleak
in a movie
week.
theater. Yes.
Oh man, sounds like
I'm not
Uncut
gonna tell you.
Gems.
It's 10 times more stressful than Uncut Gems. Trust me. I saw that at the
Really?
same
Wow.
theater.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
You- like,
intense. I need a
you-
shot after that.
You guys have no idea. If like honestly, whatever you need to take to like calm your nerves, do it before you go into that movie if you're thinking of seeing it. So yeah, I watched that, and then after that, I went to a birthday party. Then next day, yesterday, Saturday, I logged a little bit of Street Fighter, and then it was beautiful out, so I went running. I hammered in 17 miles, I think.
Nice.
And
Man.
then finished the day watching, for the very first time, I watched Leon, the Professional, which I have a lot of thoughts about.
How's
Oh, wow.
that?
Nice.
So Leon, Leon, we don't have to get into a huge discussion about that, but Leon, the Professional. Okay, so great film as long as you take out all the creepy romantic subtext.
Yeah.
If you take
Yeah.
all that stuff out, it's a great thriller. But unfortunately, and especially because of Luc Besson's like personal life and history, which you can look up, those two things you can't really. It's inextricable. So I have a very difficult time. Yeah. So anyway, that's my final say on Leon the Professional. Very well made movie, but it's totally ruined by real life. Basically disgusting, creepy stuff. And that's what I did this weekend, and I streamed today. So.
Bleak,
No.
grotesque, and creepy.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I went to the. They had the what's it called? I mean, there were protests all over Portland, but I went to the one at the
Waterfront.
outside the ice facility for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh man, nice.
Sweet. Yeah. Awesome. There you go.
Nice.
I did go on a nice 3-mile walk yesterday on Friday. That was actually something I remember that I did. It was nice to get out of town, get out and walk around a little bit. Decided to get a hair up my ass and
Mhm.
do that. I just walked around downtown Beaverton for a little while. It was nice to get
Yeah,
out.
that's
Found a nice
great.
little food cart area that Dave was mentioning before to me. Or was it a brewery? I can't remember which, but I went to a taco spot. It was nice. Just get out. It was perfectly sunny. So I was like, why the fuck not? So
Cool.
that was my big
Well,
highlight of
that's
the
all.
week.
Nice.
That's awesome. I know Ian walked around a lot today or this weekend as well.
He did.
Yeah, I also went to a No Kings event in Vancouver,
Right on.
and then so we went
Oh,
to the
sure.
rally, and then
Oh,
from the rally we marched down to Fort Vancouver, and then down to Vancouver's waterfront, and there was a lot
Awesome.
of people. It was fun. It was cool. It was,
Yeah, it was
really
great.
inspiring.
I was
A lot of people.
Huge
And it
turnout.
happened to be a perfect day, so that
Yeah, it was a
helped
Yeah.
great day for it.
things out a lot.
I was able to tell who went based on the sunburns. There's a lot of nice pink, some lobstered Portlanders walking around. You could tell they had been out in the sun all day. There's
yeah.
very
I
little
was looking for some in
sunscreen.
Beaverton, but I couldn't find anything.
Thankfully, my native skin protects me from the sun. So,
Well, that would not be the case with most of us here.
but yeah,
Portland Pale.
then we went up to Brick House, and because I went with a bunch of some of our friends. So we went to Brick House. It was so busy, so all the spots like close to the waterfront were slammed. A lot of the places in downtown Vancouver were slammed. But and then Brick House was having an MS event, like a beer tasting MS event thing. So that was fun. So we donated some money, but yeah, had lunch and some beers, and then went home. And my wife quickly passed out on the couch, and then I went out and I mowed the lawn, washed my car. I just was like super like just
busy boy.
just
Nice.
Outdoors.
Very productive day.
productive,
It sounds
yes.
like that's awesome.
So today was not productive at all, guys. I've been just laying on the couch
Yeah.
watching.
I
all
get
this.
that.
I guess also last night was the Japanese GP, F1 GP.
I know if I
Suzuka.
got something.
Yeah.
Kimi
It was nice watching it
Antonelli,
with you.
Kimi Antonelli won his second race in a row. He's now the youngest points leader in F1 history at 19 years old. What were you guys doing at 19 years old?
Playing Mario Kart.
But
I was a-
cool.
very impressive.
Yeah, I was playing Mario Kart. I was a freshman in college. I was playing Mario Kart.
But super impressive. And then today I just laying around watching other racing car stuff. There was like just random other racing. There's so much live racing on YouTube. It's super cool nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you can just like turn it on and just like I watched a GT race. I watched a Toyota Cup race. It was pretty cool. I don't know. It's been lazy, snapping. Anyway, that was my weekend.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. Well, Yousef, what have
See
you
you
been up
next
to?
week.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all we got time for
That's
tonight.
What you been up to today?
I want to remind you all to like follow us on YouTube and
See ya.
Follow us all over the place, guys.
Maybe we'll see you in another 6 years.
Yeah, if for the second run of the
no,
the second
but,
run of the show.
No, but thanks for joining us on our like kind
Yeah,
of our
stoked
road
to
to
be here.
500. You know, you're getting on one of the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
episodes before we call it quits.
Oh my gosh.
But I guess we just wanted to start with like your streaming. I mean, it has been 6 years since we've heard from you, but I mean, what's you know, you mentioned the Fridays, but how have you grown? How has it been? Are you done with it yet? Are
Yeah.
you like what?
No, I'm glad you asked about that. Specifically, streaming is something that I'm always really constantly thinking of how to improve at, what to do differently. Even if I like don't, I do stream 4 days a week now, which is up from 3 days a week, and I am trying to be more I have been trying to be more proactive in growing my channel and really dialing in the things that I know that I'm good at, so that whenever somebody lands on my stream, they see something that they're interested in and hopefully captivated by. But some of the bigger changes since the last time that I saw you guys. I mean, first of all, I moved. I lived in a really tiny apartment when I was last on the show, and then I moved a couple years after that episode to this new apartment.
2 blocks
and
away.
Which is
The-
awesome.
somewhere around
It's
there.
always
Yeah.
nice moving someplace close by.
I love it.
Where you used to live.
And it's a much bigger space. And one of the things I was thinking of doing, if I didn't get to do it now, but like, so one of the sort of aspects of the new apartment that I took advantage of is the space. So one of the things that I did a few years back now is I added a second webcam, an aerial, an overhead cam, that to capture like really this whole space and give a sense of the amount of size and the depth of here. And notably, I started doing that for my DJ streams, and I noticed that it really helped with viewership, because people, what they like to do is just sort of see this large glass, these large glass windows, and sort of watch the weather change and just put the music on and chill out to it. And that's I kind of built on that. And yeah, that was probably the first big thing, is that I moved, and then I added a second webcam to my setup. And then the third thing, of course, which was probably last summer, was I started streaming on Fridays again, which I hadn't done for many years. Last time I did that was actually when I was last on your show in 2020, because it was the pandemic and there was really nothing else to do on Fridays.
Right.
But
That's
I
very
had
true.
always, I'd always wanted to add Fridays again, and for the longest time, the thought was that Fridays were going to be for music streams, like playing guitar, playing piano, and I'd wanted to do that, but I think at that point, because of where my interests were heading, it just made sense to dedicate Fridays to fighting games, and now specifically, maybe more to Street Fighter 6. So pretty much, yeah, over the last 5.5, 6 years, I've been able to really grow my channel through those things, and also getting a little bit more proactive about rating people and picking specific channels that are playing games that I am also playing, rather than just constantly rating into friends, and then doing my part to socialize with them and build a relationship with them, and that has actually helped. The thing is, it's just that it takes time, it takes work, because like typically what a lot of people do is when they raid and like, hey, how's it
Raid and
going?
run.
Like, yeah, because I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
not. That's just a
Gotcha.
regular thing. I mean, you usually have to go somewhere. It's not like it's understandable. But if you want to, build your fan base, then yeah, you do need to raid into new channels and then account for the extra time to like sit and talk with them. So I've had to learn how to do that. So yeah, as far as,
the collabos type thing,
the what?
like a collabo type thing, like you
Yeah,
run into
not
another stream, like, hey,
I mean, not necessarily, not really like a collab type stream, but it's mainly just like meeting, like raiding into a new channel, meeting them, getting to know what they're doing, because Twitch allows you to search for channels that are
Yes.
streaming a specific game. And some of those relationships pan out and others don't, for a variety of
Yeah.
reasons. But yeah, I mean, I have now been streaming in December 1st. I celebrated 7 years of streaming.
That's
And
awesome.
thank you.
Nice.
And I don't have any plans of stopping. I always understand the necessity to like, take a break for like, I am actually going to be taking a short hiatus, but it's just because I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out, so I might have to take like a week off or something. I'm not sure.
Oof.
But insofar as like a long-term hiatus, I don't have any plans to do that. I'm always interested and inspired by the possibilities that exist in streaming, and I've really successfully implemented it as a pretty core part of my day-to-day life, but maybe not like the highest priority of my day-to-day life. I've learned how to sort of compartmentalize it and keep it as one aspect of the things that I like doing, in addition to, playing music, watching movies, running, reading. Yeah, like I've learned how to like balance it out so that I can do what I need to do within a set amount of time, and then kind of do the next thing. So
what's been really successful recently, and what's not been working? Like, what are those things that I learned that one that didn't work.
So one of the things I've learned over the years is that there are a lot of different factors that play into how many people watch your stream and how many people return to your stream. One of them is, what games are you streaming? Now, over the years, I've made a point to not like, pick games that are popular, or AAA games that are just released. Like a lot of big streamers, what they do is they'll get like a key or a code for a game that's coming out, and they'll do that, and then they'll play it for like a week, and then the next week they'll get a key for another game. Like some of the bigger streamers will do that, and certainly that is one way of like getting new people to come to your channel. But I have never really been interested in AAA games. Like I've never set those guidelines for myself. I've always just played the games that I found interesting. And to be honest with you guys, when I started doing my channel back in late 2018, the whole goal was to make up for the games that I was not able to play growing up. Because I played a ton of games growing up, obviously, through the
Yeah.
Dreamcast and that era, up until college. But there's like a period of history there. I think it was like right after the Dreamcast, when I just didn't really play very many games at all. So I'm making up for that time, and I'm making up for the games that I didn't get to play growing up. So you asked what was successful. So what I can tell you is that I learned that, again, it's about some games are more successful at drawing people in than others, and one of those games is Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Whenever
Six? I would have figured 7.
Well,
I've
the
watched
thing
quite a
is,
bit of
that's the
that.
thing. I have. I mean, I 7 was one
Yeah.
of the first games I ever streamed. It was like the first game I
Mhm.
played start to finish on stream, and I have played
Right.
Remake and Rebirth and
Right.
Crisis Core. I've done all those. But here's the thing.
Mhm.
6 seems to have a more dedicated fan base. I think 7 is the
Huh.
more famous game, but 6 has
Yeah. Well,
fans
yeah.
who they'll sit and watch what you're doing, especially if you're playing it blind. And as a result, I actually was just telling my buddy Zyber over on Twitch, but I was looking at the stats of my channel after today's DJ stream, and
Yeah.
in terms of in terms of live viewership, because Twitch has different metrics like average viewership and follows and stuff like that.
Right.
So I've done I've done quite a bit of Final Fantasy VI streams this month, which is to say they've also been very long streams, usually about 4 hours a piece. And as a result, because of that, and because of a few other streams that I've done this month, I actually broke my own record for live views accumulated in the month of all time this past month in March. It was like over.
Congrats.
Thank you. It was like
Nice.
over eight. It was like over 800 views, which is
Wow.
there's like maybe a
That's a
couple
lot for one thing. Yeah.
there was like maybe a couple times in the past where I was able to reach that many, but this month in particular, I was able to do that, and it was because of I done some DJ streams, and then some of the Street Fighter streams that I've done, but in particular, it was because of Final Fantasy VI. So
Huh.
it just depends. Like what has succeeded is like certainly like finding games that you know are gonna are gonna hit, and then
Right.
kind of just spending time with it. Insofar as like what
That makes
hasn't
sense.
insofar as what hasn't worked, it's hard to say. I haven't done anything that has like spectacularly failed on me. I will say that I think one surefire tactic that or one surefire thing that will always cause your viewership to drop is like signing on like much later than you usually do, or sometimes at random times. It's always better to work on a specific schedule, and
That makes sense.
if possible, you should always go long. Like you should be going 3-4 hours at a time, because what I've learned is that it just always seems to happen when I start my stream. I'll always have maybe 1 or 2 viewers, but by the end of the stream, 3.5 to 4 hours, whether it's my DJing, Final Fantasy VI, Resident Evil 2 remake, Street Fighter 6. Usually by the end of the stream, 3 to 3.5 hours, like that viewer count will probably be at least 7 or 8, sometimes 10, and it's almost always at the tail end of the stream. So yeah,
Of course.
insofar as what has succeeded, again, like rating people, new channels, getting to know them, playing specific games that you eventually realize have a very dedicated audience. And what's failed is like making sure that I'm sticking to a schedule and not signing on too late. Because if you do sign on too late, even if like people would watch you normally at the time that you are signing on, like say if you normally sign on at 8, but you decide to sign on at 9 or 9:30 because you're running late or whatever. Even if you are normally on at 9 or 9:30, people will not come to your channel because they're used to seeing the go live notification at like 8 o'clock.
Well, that makes sense because, yeah, that makes perfect sense because I follow, like, so okay, mine's a bit different, but in the same vein, I follow certain like I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about this, but I followed some of those card rip, like people who rip like Pokemon cards, One Piece, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But they're consistent. And like they always talk about, I'll be on at 5 o'clock Pacific time or Eastern time or whatever.
Mhm.
And they always go on at that time to do their packs. But
Mhm.
the thing I also respect about them is, like you said, go to the main things that kind of everybody knows. But I actually kind of respect the ones that go to the off kilter things, like the different types of card packs and stuff like that, But it makes sense though to like kind of follow but they kind of stay in the popular trend of whatever it is, even if it's like a different training card thing, like there's Union Arena, there's White Schwartz, there's also other things, but they kind of stay in the similar vein of like what's popular because they have different branches of those type of cards, packs and stuff like that. But like you said, they'll stay on the same time. It doesn't matter what it is. They say at 5 o'clock, means 5 o'clock. Everybody goes at that point. So
Does it
and they're like
become a
hundreds of
grind,
followers.
Yousef? Like, does it just like?
Yeah.
I mean, are there
No
times
lie.
you just don't want to play? Just like.
Yeah, I mean, no lie. There are definitely times when Twitch feels like a grind, but it never feels like it's too much of a grind. Like I'm only human. There have definitely been times when I have just decided I don't want to stream tonight. I just want to take a shower, make dinner, and watch a movie.
Right.
Luckily those instances don't happen too often. But when you feel like they're coming on, you do have to listen to yourself because it's usually an indication of stress and mental health, overall mental health, and you need to kind of just take care of that because essentially what happens is if you sign on when you don't want to stream, and if you're doing it just to say live up to your own standard or whatever, or to maintain some sort of consistency, like sure you might be maintaining that schedule, but the viewers that come through to you, I think they'll notice that you're maybe slightly off or that you don't want to be there. And that's the last thing, is that people want to feel like you're engaging with them, as it should be, because they want to feel like they can hang out with you. So yeah, there are definitely times when it feels like a grind, but luckily not too many. And it's often because I see and I recognize the possibilities in streaming, and even me as like a small channel with like around 500 followers, like I've known people who started after me and they have like 2, 3, 4 times as many followers, right? But it's because they had specific things that they did to get their channel to like that big, and it's usually the amount of time that they put in.
Well, it's true. Yousef got me started. He began it, and then we took separate paths of I'm a speedrunner, I'm doing Big 20. Like it really does help to kind of spread your
Scott, how many
audience.
How many times a week do you stream? Do you have a regular set schedule or no? You just do.
No.
You just random.
Yeah, and that's the difference between us. Yeah, like I would never be able to hold a schedule. I started a schedule. I missed that schedule within like the first week, but I spread my wings thick. I'm like I'm different speedrun groups, different clubs, different like I went to the Austin Twitch meetup. You know, that's 10 more followers I got. So it is the hustle.
And yeah, that's the thing I was going to say, is that the success of Scott's channel is because he engages a lot of communities, right? He knows a ton of different streamers who engage with him. Scott is also a speedrunner, and people love speedrunning content. I love speedrunning content, you know?
Yeah, it's fun to
so yeah,
watch.
again, it's these little ingredients that like you have to find like what works for you, right? Scheduling by and large is like generally a pretty reliable metric or like gauge of like if people are going to come to your channel or not, but it's not always, right? Because if people know that you like whenever they see your go live notification, if it's like a general sort of sentence on the go live notifications, instead of just saying what you're specifically doing, they know that as soon as they see your go live notification, they know that they're going to see a speed run or something they really enjoy. Yeah. And that builds trust. You know, it builds trust with viewers. So that's part of why Scott's channel has been successful, is because they know that they know that he's part of different communities, and that he does a lot of retro speedrunning, and that he plays a lot of retro games, and et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm trying to get Yousef to speedrun. He's not doing it.
That's too stressful for me, man. Like I run in real life, and that's
yeah. You actually run. You speedrun on concrete.
Okay, but now let's talk about the Street Fighter thing, because you have really dedicated a lot of focus and time into the Street Fighter 6 thing. So, like, tell me where that came from, why you wanted to go that direction and devote so much time into that game.
I do love your Chun-Li shirt.
Why Chun-Li? Yeah.
I am wearing my Chun-Li shirt. I was just wearing it for tonight. So. Yeah, so I grew up playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I had that on the Genesis. I grew up playing Vega and Blanca because they were the two coolest looking characters. Of course, right? I I grew up playing that game, and then I didn't. When I was in college, I didn't really play fighting games very much. It wasn't really, I would say, until about 10 years ago or so that I was on a flight to Georgia to see my sister because she was studying at SCAD at the time, and I loaded up Street Fighter 2 on my iPhone, and I just needed to pass the time because it was a pretty long flight down south. But I decided, instead of going with Vega or Ryu or Blanca, I decided to try out Chun-Li just kind of on a whim, and I noticed immediately that she was extremely fast. I was like, wow, this is actually much more representative of my tempo and like how I would play a fighting game compared to Ryu, compared to Vega, who's like too fast, like he's very difficult to control, or Blanca, who is like slower. Chun-Li had the exact right speed that I was kind of looking for, and then you add in the attacks that she has, like the lightning kicks and the spinning bird kick and her like medium punch, which is kind of this like dagger type motion. It just felt like, wow, this is all really coming together very quickly, even on like an iPhone, not a proper controller, but on an iPhone. So at that point, I was like, maybe I can try this character out more frequently and learn them. So as it so happened, a couple years later, I got involved in the local Street Fighter scene here in Portland with Battle Lounge, and that came about because I was looking for methods. I was looking for outlets to like DJ, right? I was looking for places to DJ. And they were running, Battle Lounge was running a Street Fighter 5 tournament at Ground Control, and I went there and I met the people who were running that, which would be Charlie and Kevin. And I met them, and I kind of told them, like, I went there as a gamer. I wanted to like play initially, and then when I talked to them, I said I can do this, and I DJ, and they're like, okay. So they invited me to put together a DJ set for their monthly meetups at Blackwater here in Portland, Northeast Portland. And so they invited me to do that, and I became their sort of in-house DJ for these monthly Street Fighter events, right? So I would be watching these tournaments with really high-level players, and occasionally, usually before my sets, I would get some casual sets in. And of course, those guys were really, really, really good. I mean, I didn't hold a candle to them, you know. And then that was awesome because I had a window into what it was like to play against semi-pro or like really, 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 really good players, and how they train, right? And learning about the kind of music that they're into, the culture that they're into, the movies they're into, and stuff like that, the sports that they love to watch. And that was awesome, and that relationship was great. But unfortunately, it kind of got put on ice when the pandemic hit, right? And it became very. I basically I didn't have an outlet for my DJ streams at that time. And I kept in touch with those guys in Battle Lounge, but ultimately, I didn't really DJ for one of their events again. But nevertheless, fast forward last year, I had just lost my job, and I needed an outlet to sort of help quell my concerns about the future. So I looked through my library, and I found that, of course, I had Street Fighter 6, which I had purchased on launch. And I think there's like a stream with Scott and I back in the old apartment. We were playing that game very shortly after it had come out. I was looking for an outlet when I had with all this free time that I had when I wasn't looking for a job, and I was watching Evo as well, and I saw this ad that they were going to be dropping a ton of new characters, one of which was Sagat. Now, I love Sagat as well because he is the Muay Thai GOAT. He is like the greatest Muay Thai fighter of all time, and I train in Muay Thai, so I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. So I loaded up the game. I got Sagat. I tried him again, but I gave Chun-Li a try. And I had the same feeling. I was like, wow, this could really, really work. So months passed, and I just noticed that I dedicated time to this every single day, just like an hour at first, then 2 hours, and now usually now it's like about 3 hours a day. Maybe not every single day, but if I'm getting into ranked matches, I'm probably going to be playing for like about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a couple days during the week when I just do training, and I just do casual matches, and usually I'm only playing for like maybe an hour or two just to warm up. But yeah, I mean, it's really a whole science. I mean, fighting games are a whole science, and one of the things that helped translate that to my brain was like knowing Muay Thai and knowing and boxing, what they call the sweet science, right? And kind of understanding the mechanics of boxing and of fighting and of Muay Thai and how that applies to fighting games. So yeah, that's just kind of why I felt I could get serious about it.
So how serious are you going to get about it? Are you like going to try and start competing in other events, like proper events?
I like to think so. There actually is an event coming up, but sadly, it's like the day after my wisdom teeth surgery. So that's not going to happen. Oof. But I do like to think that in about a year's time or something like that, whenever in about a year's time, I'll be able to go to like these really big local events, because there are some small meetups, and I need to be going to more of those. But like every so often, usually 2 or 3 times a year, there are these really big meetups that people from California and Washington come to Oregon for, because they want to play and they want to make money. Now, I'm obviously not at that level, but I can totally see that if I were to stick to it, I would definitely be able to enter into something like that. Now, keep in mind, I don't have any aspirations to like get rich off of this or become like a professional player or anything like that. I'm just doing it because I really enjoy it, and I feel like I'm onto something, and I'm just following it, and I'm following my instincts, and I'm trying to learn all the nitty gritty about this game and its mechanics and what works and what doesn't. So insofar as like how serious I want to get, I mean, we'll see. I'd love to be at a big event by this time next year, or maybe earlier.
So you named that segment "Get Good Fridays." How do you feel your confidence level in Street Fighter has increased since you started that quite some time ago?
Yeah, it was last summer. I'm way more confident than I used to be, but but part of educating yourself, whether it's in fighting games or in Muay Thai or anything like that, is understanding that your opponent could secretly be like an absolute beast. So you have to always acknowledge that and respect that.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
So don't get taken by surprise. I play it like hundreds, if not like over actually thousands of people on ranked, and you'll be surprised maybe you won't be surprised by how many people that I'd run into who will start the match off, or like in the middle of the match they'll try to like teabag you, and they'll just do this really shitty behavior, and they will lose. And when you try to rematch them, they will not rematch you.
Because they don't want to be beat again.
Yeah, they don't want to be beat again. Now, granted, I will admit, in the interest of transparency, like it has happened where they were like teabagging me, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing, and I tried to win, and ultimately they did win because they were actually very good.
Of course,
but yeah,
they didn't deserve the win.
But I mean, yeah,
disqualified.
I definitely feel, because I'm so much more familiar, not only just with Street Fighter 6, but also with fighting games in general, because it's really, I feel like much more familiar with the entire just genre and the field of fighting games now compared to when I used to. And it really has helped with my confidence. I think the next thing that I need to do is start going back to these in-person meetups a lot more. And they are out there, but again, it's just a matter of like finding the time to do it, to go and meet up with them, because these people, they game for like 3-4 hours at a time, possibly more.
How many? Doesn't Sony also do like a bunch of just like tournaments on their platform, like just digital?
Yeah. So Street Fighter, they do have like the what's it called, the league specific tournaments, right? And they have character specific tournaments. The issue is just that it's just timing. Like a lot of times, I can't dedicate that much time, or like it's an off time during the day that I can't do it because I'm working. So there is also that. Like if I were a student or if I were unemployed, then that would be great because I would have all the time in the world to just sit down and play for 6 hours very consistently all the time. But I don't.
real
Usually
life
what I have
kicks
to
in.
Yeah.
You have life.
Would you just go? Would you just go to like Vegas and go to Evo one of these years and just see how far you get?
I mean, I might. That could be maybe not like this year, but that could be a really cool thing to do in the future. Because if you're gonna go to Evo and if you're gonna compete, you need to know that you're gonna be up against literally the best players in the entire world. And when you enter into a competitor pool, they don't, like in boxing and in Muay Thai, there's weight classes. Right. So if you tell the coach of your gym, I want to get in a fight,
right,
he'll be like, okay. And then the person you'll fight will be the same, maybe not the same height, but it'll be the same weight as you. And his win-loss record will probably be the same as yours. Like they're not going to pair you up with like a fighter who has like 300 wins and you have like 1, right? They're not going to do that. That's just not fair.
No.
At Evo, that doesn't exist.
Right.
At Evo, at Evo, your very first opponent could be Daigo Umehara, and you will lose that match.
Because no win. Yeah.
You will not win.
Some guy down the street you never played before, really.
Well, I'm just always surprised when you watch Evo and you just see how many people just turn up to just do it, though. Just like show up to fight, and then obviously so many of those players just get wiped out. But it'd be still just to be like, oh, I went in, and even if you lost in the first pool or whatever,
I would love to, because Evo is by and large it is the worldwide summit of fighting games, and if you're gonna go, you got to be on your game when you're playing it, when you're playing your game, and when you're not playing your game. You have to recognize how people behave, and like just your head has to be in that world if you're gonna go to Evo, and that's kind of one of the things that I'm slowly preparing myself for if I were to do it next year. And I've done it. I've applied that discipline to multiple different fields, whether it's music or philosophy or movies. Like it's just a slow learning process that I know I can do if I really set my mind to it.
Just
are you using an arcade stick or are you using a controller?
Yeah, bust it out.
He's using a classic controller, arcade stick, right? Kind of more of it. There's also the hitbox one or the.
Show the controller.
I can go get the Victrix, but I play with a Victrix. I play with a Victrix arcade stick. I can go get it.
Okay.
I should have gotten it leading up to this, but give me 1 second.
Do any of you guys own a fight stick?
I have a fight stick.
I've never been comfortable with them. Like it's very specific to the game, but controller.
Well, it's also per game. Like I will use a fight stick on Virtual Fighter. But like on games I don't really know very well, I'll just use a controller.
Oh man, he's walking up. That thing is an absolute.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like,
Holy
you can't
crap.
talk about it and not show it. This thing is gorgeous.
Oh man, that is a beautiful controller. Yousef.
There we go.
So great.
My goodness.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is great.
Totally stock. I've thought about replacing the buttons, but it's great. So, let me back up here so I can see myself. Okay. So the cool thing about this is that, first of all, the cool thing about this is that you can take the lever off.
Ooh. Nice.
And which helps for
travel.
If you were to put it in your backpack, it just fits better, right? The other cool thing is that it opens.
Handles.
It has handles, which is really useful.
Yeah, that's great.
And it opens up here, so you can actually change the buttons.
That's where you put your weed in.
Really cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
I have a question. I have a question, Yousef. So, in the last year or two, there's been the rise of these foldable boxes that go over the controllers to hide. What is your opinion of this? Of these, I think, stupid things. But
you know what? for me, but I also have not main evented Evo, so maybe like if you get to that point, sure, maybe if you get to that point, having a cardboard box to hide your inputs, sure, maybe that's a thing, but I am not there yet, and I don't see a need for it now.
Some kids will use a
I
blanket.
can tell you,
happens so
some
quick.
kids
I
will use
couldn't
a
imagine
blanket.
it doing
It's just
any
wild.
good.
It's just a very fun.
No, it is.
so
It is pretty
crazy.
wild. But yeah, it has. It's got these handles. It also has one of my favorite features, which is a huge improvement over my last arcade stick, is wrapping the cable around.
Yeah. That's nice.
Here, which is really, really, really useful.
Yeah, good storage. Yeah, definitely made for travel.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's the Victrix Pro, and they do make a leverless version, which is also quite popular. Leverless controllers are interesting because I recognize that like the benefit. The whole point of leverless controllers is that there's no room for error in your inputs on the directionals. So like if you're hitting up or down or whatever. Whereas certainly with a lever, there are definitely times when like the game does not respond correctly. It's like it's just slightly off. So I'm like I'm holding down, but it's like just slightly off. So the game reads it as like a down forward, which could be the difference between. For me, it could be the difference between Chun-Li like doing her overhead attack, which I don't want, and doing her uppercut, which I do want, right? And it's like these little things. So that's why people over the last 5 or 6 years have switched to leverless. I'm not quite there yet because frankly, like I just love the experience of playing with a traditional arcade stick. Like it would just
I mean, isn't the current champion a controller guy? What's his name?
That's a lot. Yeah. So Mena RD,
yeah.
who
RD, like
Mena
dude.
RD. Yeah, so Mena RD, actually, it's funny because they
Also
just
a
announced
Blanca
that he's
main.
going to have a... Yeah, he's a Blanca main. They just announced that he's going to have a special match with Daigo on April 29th. It's like an exhibition match, but it's...
like a charity
So
or something?
Daigo mains Akuma in this game.
I love Akuma. He's like one of my favorites to play as.
Yeah. I honestly, for me, Akuma would probably be my sub for Chun. Akuma would be my number 2 after Chun, just because he's a show
costume in Monster Hunter Wilds.
Akuma's awesome because he has all these amazing moves, and he's probably my favorite Shoto. So.
Oh yeah, no, he's pretty badass. I like him or Dulcim or Ryu.
But my Palico is a weird doll of Blanco.
Blanca's great. Unfortunately, Blanca got very heavily nerfed in the game recently.
Yousef
so
ain't
not as
playing
many people
Monster
are playing
Hunter,
him.
Jared.
Yeah. Hey, Street Fighter's in it, man.
So is Mega Man.
So is Mega Man.
Not
Yeah, not
Cry.
Wilds.
Not this one,
Not
but
Wilds. Yeah, not yet. All right, go on. Sorry.
What was I saying? I think I got sidetracked.
What about Street Fighter and Blanca nerfed and?
Yeah, the Blanca was heavily nerfed. They just did they updated the game recently to add Alex, and they did a bunch of changes. We don't have to get into that. That's a very
I don't even know who Alex is.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
He's the one who likes his sister.
His cousin.
That's right. That's the recent debate.
That
incest
controversy.
one,
Yeah. How could I forget?
So
that's funny.
Luckily, Chun was one of the characters who didn't really get any nerfs. She got like a few buffs, which is great. But for the most part, they haven't really they didn't really change much about her.
Yeah, Chun-Li's always been my main.
Yeah, I love. Honestly, she's terrific. It's funny because like she isn't considered top tier in Street Fighter 6. The top tier characters are usually Mai, JP, Ryu, Ed, especially. Ed has become very, very popular because he was a Japanese player.
Characters.
What's up?
There's all these like all these other characters. There's not like the old school characters. All these like newer.
Yeah.
Right, like
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Ken
Well,
or...
Guile in the Capcom Cup has seen some
Cammy
tournament
was super popular at
appearances.
the beginning.
Cammy was very popular. Cammy was very popular in Street Fighter 5 as well.
I thought
but-
Viper was in that one.
No, it's a wrestling.
Viper. Viper, yeah, was added to 6 like late last
What's
year
the
as well.
wrestling girl's name? The weird blonde.
Armika.
Armika. She was super popular in 5.
Armika.
I wonder if they're gonna bring her back. Actually,
they'd have
I
to
do wonder if
if
they're
she's
gonna bring her
popular in the
back.
previous one.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think,
They
and looking
must.
ahead, I'm kind of wondering what characters they'll add. I think most likely we're gonna get Vega because of the movie tie-in. Because they have the
yeah.
Street Fighter movie coming out, and they're probably going to add
That's
Vega
right.
to that. And as far as the others, I'm not really sure. You could get Makoto, you could get Urien, you could get Dudley or Balrog.
Dudley.
Yeah,
Probably Balrog over Dudley.
50
but
Cent
I don't
one
know
of
about
one of the
Dudley,
two.
so-
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
two.
They've been supporting Street Fighter 6 quite a bit. I mean, if they're still adding characters
my
and all
goodness,
that, it
yeah,
came
it's-
out multiple years ago now. At this point, hasn't
They
it?
better
Yeah,
do
Street
something
Fighter-
considering that
PS4
little
game.
incest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He said.
Yeah. Street Fighter 3 is now 3 years. It's going to be 3 years old this year. And
Yeah.
honestly, the lifespan of a fighting game is
3?
probably like 7 or 8 years.
Dang.
So I think we're going to be
That's
getting
about right.
I think we're going to be getting Street Fighter 6 updates for at least the next like 5 years. I would say probably.
That's cool.
Cool.
Keep on punching stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I mean, I could talk
Are you
talk forever and a
excited for
day
the
about
film?
it.
Are you
but-
excited for the movie?
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm not.
I
Look,
hope
I don't want like a serious Street Fighter movie. I just want something fun and campy, and that's exactly what it looks like.
It looks
delivering.
very
Well,
campy. and
that's
it
what
does
they
look interesting.
did 10 years ago but they did that with 30 years ago with that
30 years
last
ago.
one.
Ooh,
The-
Yes,
yeah.
30.
which I
Yeah.
never
Or
watched.
maybe-
I never did.
You've never seen it
Oh,
yet?
It's
man,
okay.
it's so
You've
Oh,
got
Jared.
to
It's
watch
not
that,
okay.
Jared.
It's really bad. It's
crap.
not
I
okay.
It is very
haven't
bad.
watched. I've
Just
stated this
enjoy it.
before. I have not
I loved
watched
it.
a lot of video
JCVD was
game
great in
movies.
that movie, along with Raul Julia.
And
Raul,
Blanca.
Raul,
Education.
Raul
That's the
Julia
best.
was great in that game.
And
Okay.
He was
Blanca.
a good bison.
Great in
I'll
that
say
movie,
that
rather.
much.
Oof.
It was a Tuesday.
Maybe I'll watch it. On,
was a
on
Tuesday.
my screen.
Now you should.
I watched it with my
yeah.
dad just after my parents split.
Nice.
Yeah, the JCVD movie, like if it tells you anything, he was apparently on cocaine during that shoot, so
Oh,
that should
damn.
tell you
Well,
everything
no
you need
shit.
to know.
That was
Yeah,
I was
Only
"Oh,
during
like,
that
he was
shoot.
not normal."
Look, it tries to be serious. It's not good. It is not a good movie. Watch it as a joke. But
Oh yeah.
what's great
Kylie Minogue.
is that the new movie that's coming
Yes.
out, it totally leans
Thank
into
you.
the
I remember that one
campiness,
now.
and that's
That's
great.
awesome. Okay, good.
You haven't seen the trailer,
You know,
Jared?
I saw
the trailer for
all
that.
the
I need to.
actors show up on
that was
the
awful.
game develop.
That
Yeah,
was-
whatever
that was
that
awful.
conference was. Yeah,
That
they
was
were all
brutal.
up on stage being dipshits, and
That was brutal.
yeah. But I have not seen the trailer. But
The last fighting
maybe
movie.
maybe I should watch it.
Maybe
The
you
last
should.
fighting movie I saw for trailer was the Mortal Kombat one. that was so,
Oh, the new
no
one?
expectations.
The new one
So
was pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
I love that one. I had no expectations for that reboot, and it was amazing. I didn't watch the sequel when it comes out, but I didn't watch the Street
Yeah.
Fighter trailer. It sounds really good. The new one.
It's fine.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. I can't wait for I'm going to see the next Mortal Kombat as well. So
Yeah, I liked the last Mortal Kombat. That was good. That
It was
that
so
came
good.
out
It had
quite
no
a long
expectation, but
time
walked
ago.
in.
What are we talking about here? No, you guys, no.
Movies.
It's not. No,
Movies.
that last Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
was.
that was fun.
That last Mortal Kombat movie was awful. Except it started well,
What?
and then it was awful. The new
Oh,
the new
man.
trailer looks really good for the new
Yeah.
one. It does look really good, and it looks more like Mortal Kombat. But the fucking first one, they have this like fake character that they like made up. It's like the lead
Oh, there's
character.
so many Mortal Kombat characters. Why
No,
do
but the
that?
one in
There
this
is, my
movie is like
God.
this garbage. No, the movie
I'll
starts
admit, that
out
was
great.
like-
It starts out great with a
That
cool
was like-
bookend, but
yeah.
then it just delves into this dumb, like super powered. It's dumb. I did not like that movie.
I will admit that I like the fact they gave Scorpion an actual backstory. That was like,
Right.
he's my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. He was like my favorite play to guy. Like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, those are my two favorites. And the fact they gave him a actual backstory was fucking awesome. But we're not talking about Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Sorry.
I think we're done with Street Fighter. We're good. We've
Okay.
covered all the bases here. We've I think
That's
that's everything we wanted to talk about the streaming. We wanted to talk about the Street Fighters. We wanted. What else you got going on, Yousef? How the DJ stream's going well? You happy with?
yeah,
those?
yeah. It's funny because like just this past month, or for the better part of the last couple months actually, The Portland Art Museum has started doing movies again, and what that
Ooh.
means is that and that's cool because like the Witzel Auditorium used to show a ton of movies, and then they closed during their renovations. I think even closed prior to that, so they were closed for a number of years. Anyway, they're back now. The Witzel is famous because not famous, but they're notable because they pick a lot of really great films that you otherwise wouldn't see at Regal or even Hollywood or places like that. They have really well curated films. The thing is that they schedule them on Saturdays and Sundays, and I do my DJ streams on Sundays. So luckily, the movies don't conflict with my stream because they're usually over by like 4:00. But sometimes it does cause my DJ streams to start a little bit later as a result because I have to get home and like set up and stuff. So anyway, my point is that because of this new development, my DJ streams have been starting a little bit later than I have wanted to in the past. Speaking of scheduling, but I have nevertheless tried to be a little bit more consistent about it, and I'm looking forward to the season ahead, spring and summer. And hopefully sticking to a more consistent schedule of my DJ streams on Sundays. So I'm really enjoying doing that. And today, it felt like the first DJ stream I had done, the proper one anyway, that I'd done in like at least 3 weeks. Because I did do a DJ stream last Sunday, but it was like a special Sega themed radio set for Radio Sega, because Radio Sega were celebrating their 20th anniversary. And they invited me on to curate a special Sega themed set and like stream it to their online radio station and also to my Twitch and YouTube, of course. So today was the first, it feels like,
in forever,
proper regular DJ stream that I've done in like quite a while. So yeah, I every time that I do DJ streams, I'm reminded of like what keeps bringing me back to them and the curiosity that it piques for me. So yeah, those are going really well.
And then for the longest time, you were DJing at the Portland Retro Expo, and then that ceased. Is there any word if that's ever going to come back again, or is that just like never happening?
I don't know. To the best of my knowledge, I don't foresee that continuing. I had no part in that decision, unfortunately. It was made way above me.
Sure.
And I wish that relationship would start again, but unfortunately, I don't really have a say in it, and it sucks because that's like the highlight of the year, and everybody looked forward to us DJs. We looked forward to it. People who went to the Retro Gaming Expo, they always look forward to it. They look forward to seeing us and having our music played around the arcade area, and it was fantastic, and it was something that I'm so glad that I was able to do that for a couple of years. Before it stopped, because it would have happened earlier, but the pandemic happened, and that kind of put that on ice, unfortunately. But I don't know. Like I said, I can't really speak to that because that decision was made way above me. I was
just curious if you had heard anything, or maybe there was like rumblings, or I mean,
I feel like there's different organizers.
The couch hasn't been to that in a couple years, or maybe longer.
The prices went way up, and
it
is and all that junk.
Y'all are haters. The place evolved.
Evolved?
It evolved. It became something.
Devolved.
Oh my god.
Let's get some more slab. Let's get some more slabbed cartridges in there, and sell. What are they? Anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Get me a new Hyperkin bag.
You can always go to the DoubleTree. They still got a side quest.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. SideQuest is happening.
SideQuest is still happening.
So yeah.
You can DJ that. DJ SideQuest.
Yeah, DJ SideQuest.
I wonder if
I don't even know if they would do that
for me.
It's a DoubleTree. It's a DoubleTree one.
It's a DoubleTree, yeah.
It used to be the Retro Expos separate, but then they took it over, basically.
Yeah, okay.
I like that one.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
We've checked it out before.
Okay. You were there. You played that indie game at the
my daughter keeps asking me. My daughter keeps asking me to bring her to another video game expo, and I'm like, oh man, Retro Expo is way too expensive now. So I need to look at SideQuest.
Yeah.
retro games at AAA prices.
Oh my god! So
Yeah.
we were discussing the amount of retro game expos around the greater Portland area. Corvallis has one. Wait, no, sorry, Camas has one. Eugene has one. Eugene
Camas
has a pretty
does?
sizable one coming up. I don't know the names of
Eugene?
all these, but yeah, Eugene has a pretty good one coming up. I think Yousef, Matt, and I are gonna road trip down there. So there's these smaller ones sprouting up, not too far away. And I like that movement. Like they're like, well, if people don't want to do Retro Game Expo, or it's like different parts of the year, so they're not conflicting with it. Yeah, the Eugene. I think it's just called Eugene Retro Game Expo.
I will also say that at the Toy Fair, there was an incredible step up in retro video game stuff at that.
May 2nd and 3rd.
That happens at the same time as Portland Retro, but there was
Oh,
quite
it
a bit
is?
of.
Okay.
It's nice to have options.
But
All
they have tables with games set up, and then there's a lot more people that were selling. There's also a lot of collectible card game Pokemon stuff too, Aaron. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll give it a quick shout. 2-day event, $15 for a 2-day.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
Eugene one?
May 2nd and 3rd in Eugene.
And
So
Eugene?
yeah, it's called Eugene Retro Game Fest
We
2026.
can pick up Ryan.
Yeah, hit up all your Eugene homies.
You know what? That would not be a bad thing. I've never been to Eugene, so
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Never
have
been.
never been to Eugene?
We've been to Eugene.
nope.
You've
Closest I've
been
been
to
is
Eugene?
Corvallis.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nope.
nice.
Then Yousef, do you know what the Camus one is, or was that a smaller? Like,
I think
little- probably a
I
booth
remember
one.
hearing. I don't know much about it though.
Yeah, I don't see any details. I just did a search, but
Yeah, the Eugene one. I'm gonna go to check it out. I mean,
Yeah, closest
Check
I've
out
been is
Eugene.
Corvallis, so
Camas Vintage and Art Fair.
never been to Camas either, but I never really ventured out that area. So okay,
Cool.
these are things I have to
Okay,
take on
yeah,
the mental
cool.
list.
If you learn anything further, please post it in the group.
Grains of Wrath is in Camas.
Yes.
Anyway.
I want to go there.
Full review. I think we'll still have the couch going. I'll review a not Retro Game Expo, Retro Game Fest.
Retro Game Fest.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really clever name.
Well,
That's
thanks,
true.
Yousef, for all that. Let's move on to some couch co-optionals and then get the fuck out of here.
Let's do it.
Yousef, would you like to go
Yeah.
first as our guest, or would you like to be last?
Sure. I mean, so my understanding of this portion of the show is it's just like show and tell, right?
You're just
Kind of.
recommending something for us and the listeners out there that's not video
Okay.
game related.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things we didn't really get into, which is understandable because of time and also because this is more video game centric podcast, is movies, right? I'm a huge movie buff. I've gotten into movies since I last was on the show. I do have like
number
a few
one letterboxer that I know.
Yeah, I am on Letterboxd.
those
Go find me on
Very
go find me on
prolific.
Letterboxd. I love physical media as well. So I do have a few movies. I don't have to get into all of them. But I think I'll just mention very quickly because like my coming into this stream or this podcast today, my goal I had to think, well, okay, I can't just recommend any movie. There has to be some angle. So what I did is I picked really cool Japanese films that are very difficult to find, but they're on YouTube for free.
Oh.
Okay, and I'll start off with the most famous of the films, which is Noroi: The Curse. This is a horror film. This film has become very famous in the last 2 or 3 years. It is 20 years old, but it's like Japan's answer to Blair Witch. You can find this on YouTube, I believe, with English
it's
subs.
probably
should
way
be.
more scary than that movie was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Noroi.
this is basically sort of the crown jewel of Japanese found footage films. So if you like Blair Witch, go check out Noroi. Thankfully, it is on physical media. There's like a Blu-ray that you can get, but last I checked, it is on YouTube. So yeah, this is an absolute cult classic. You should definitely check it out. They showed this at the Hollywood Theater last year. It was like almost a sold out screening. Okay,
Noroi,
and
The
then
Curse.
Noroi, yeah.
I will say this about the like anything we can do that's scary, they pretty much go hold my beer.
Yeah.
Seriously,
yeah,
I remember
like-
watching
like-
some short films. Oh my god, I was like,
Or
or
like-
watch this broad day.
The Japanese edition of The Grudge is way better than the American version.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I watched
yeah.
the American
Japanese
version. That
horror
was
is
not that
so
bad.
cool.
It's like they amp it up like 10. I'm like, how?
Oh yeah.
They're more twisted than we are. I'll say
I guess
that
you have
much.
to like horror
I will-
movies.
It's like
here's another one. Here's another
Angel
one that you can
Dust.
find on YouTube. This is another horror movie. So this movie has never been released on DVD in North America. It is only on VHS. This is the only DVD you can find is the only DVD version of it you can find is Japanese, or rather in Japan. This is a bootleg. Somebody actually took the version on that you can find on YouTube, and they just made this really fancy case. Angel Dust is a classic. It is one of my absolute favorite Japanese horror films. If you love Seven, you will love this. It is pretty much
1994.
only.
Scarier. Okay, cool.
It is pretty much only on YouTube, and it is in 360p quality, so which is as the way that
Oh,
God
man.
intended it to be watched.
Yeah. I love it.
But yeah, I love this movie. They showed this at the Clinton Street Theater. It actually looked better on the big screen than I thought it would. It is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if you're into Seven, you will love this.
Cool.
Okay, and finally, a movie that I'm probably going to be showing for my birthday this year in July. I'm hoping to call up Cinema 21 and see what their sort of policies are about
Oh man.
renting theaters. So there's a movie called Swallowtail Butterfly. I'll do this so you can actually see it here. There you go. So Swallowtail Butterfly is a movie by the Japanese director Shinji Iwai. He's mostly known for his very romantic, sort of like whimsical, dreamy movies. This is not that. This is a maximalist movie.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. It's not a horror movie. It is a drama. It is a drama, but it's about immigrants and the immigrant experience in Japan, because it's about this alternate future where Japan is like suddenly the world leader in the economy, and they're very xenophobic. So the movie is about how all these people emigrate to Japan and they try to make ends meet. And it encounters and it shows the stories of the people who are on the lowest rungs of society. It's an absolutely beautiful film. I love the music in it. It's fucking all over the place. It has like 5 different genres. It is also impossible to find in the U.S. This is a bootleg, so it's impossible to find. It's not streaming anywhere unless you live in Japan. However, again, it is on YouTube. So if you look up Swallowtail Butterfly English subs 1996, it should come up. But maybe don't look at it. Because you're probably going to be invited to my birthday screening of this later this year in July. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
Well,
that's
thank
it. There you
for
go.
that.
Show and tell.
There you go.
Neat.
All right, Jared, how about you? What do you got for us?
I don't know. I have a whole bunch of tabs open now. All these movies
He's a researcher,
throwing
yeah.
at us.
He's doing his research, man.
I don't know. So it's I've talked about it several times over the weeks that I've been updating my stereo and all that stuff. And I have a record player that I had to buy a preamp for my new stereo. My old receiver had a phono option, but the new one doesn't. So I did that. But also, I have a Bose system that I acquired from the 90s or whatever, but music would not sound good on that. So I bought a Zone speaker selector switch. And that's such a cool option to be able, and it has like tactile, like really chunky switches, like lever switches. I don't have a specific one to recommend because this is just like a generic YGITK 2-way amp speaker selector, but you can also like use 2 receivers and switch between what receiver you're using on speakers and like bypass a lot of things. But like I can hit a button and on my stereo and then just click these speaker switches and it'll transfer my audio to these big front speakers that I have, which would sound terrible with the Bose system. So I can alternate between the front speakers, and it works magically, and it feels great to even just switch the levers. It's
Nice.
awesome.
There you go.
That's awesome.
How about you?
Yeah.
How about you, Dave? What you got?
I watched the movie. I'm not going to say it's a classic, but I really enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone's seen Sisu on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
SISU.
I would
Yeah.
like
I have
to.
not.
I
The
almost
Man in
watched,
His
heard of it.
House.
Oh, that's the sequel.
Oh, Violent. Yeah, there's
That's
a second.
the sequel. That's the sequel, the house one. The first
Is
one,
it
yeah.
a
There's a
sequel?
first one. The one where he saves his house is the sequel. The first one, there's
Oh,
another one
man.
where
Road to
he's,
Revenge.
more
Yeah.
insane.
there's a first one, Dave. You have to go check out because I haven't seen that one yet. But there's a first one that's even wilder. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh,
you
the
And it
should-
has a
sequel,
completely
it
different
was-
name. Interesting.
It was just basically 2 scenes, and it was just very violent, a lot of fun,
It's like a John Wick
kind of,
movie.
yeah, like really on that edge of like this is totally stupid kind of thing.
What do they
There's a
call that
few
genre?
things that
They're wick,
happen
it's
in
a
it
wick
where,
like. Yeah.
yeah, where you,
Oh, that's the thing.
Oh, so
But
the
yeah,
other
it's not
one is there's just Sisu and there's Sisu Road to Revenge.
Yeah. Sisu is the
Yeah.
first one, and then Road to the Revenge is the
oh
sequel.
man, I'll have to watch the first one then
Okay.
because I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
cool.
I
But
haven't
a
watched-
great
I can 100% recommend the first one. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but the first one's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was nice because it was like an hour and a half, so it's like, well, it's quite a punchy movie. It doesn't, it's not like it has a lot to say, really, but by the same token, it's very enjoyable.
Classic
So-
action film.
Oh yeah,
Killing
yeah.
Nazis
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nazis die.
or whatever.
Bunch of Nazis.
Whatever. Yeah, fascist.
And I want one of those two. I want one of those 2-ton trucks he drives because apparently he can drive it over everything and it just keeps going.
Indestructible.
Nice.
All right, Aaron. How about
Right
you?
on.
That
What
kind
you,
of movie.
Aaron? What do you got for us?
So I kind of went back and I started trying to get back into listening to music again. And
Ooh.
one of my favorite artists is actually coming out with a new album, I think this year. It's Ludacris. And
Oh,
Luda.
I
okay.
forgot. Yeah, Luda. Yep. And I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I almost forgot about him for some reason. I don't know what happened, but like, I heard him on the radio once. I heard him on Instagram because he did like a little thing on the iHeartRadio Awards, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot how good he was. So I went back into Spotify and re-downloaded every single song I liked from him, which
Wow.
took up over half my favorites lists. I'm like,
Oh man.
all right, so I forgot how good he was, but no, that's
He
go
got
back
ca-
and
he
may
got
I
caught
guess
up
my-
in that Fast and the Furious life. He was just being an
Yeah,
actor.
the Fast and
He
Furious.
did, yeah. But no, he after that was all done, said and done, he kind of went back to the studio and started doing more stuff. And I guess he's coming out with something this year because he announced it on the iHeartRadio thing. I saw on his Instagram he did like a little short thing about one of the songs he came out. Like, oh man, I forgot he did that and he was good at it. So I went back and just went through and started listening to all that shit all over again. The whole Southern hip hop thing, I forgot about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Just go
There you
back, mainly discover your
Luda.
main person, but mine was Ludacris. So,
Ludicrous.
Cool, man.
Right on.
Awesome.
Mhm.
How about you,
Luda.
Scott? What do you got, Scott?
Kind of wholesome stuff. The cherry blossoms are budding at the riverfront, really peaceful. They did something special this year. They had some of the team from the Winter Light Fest set up these pink bright lights. So all the trees are extra pink. It looks amazing at night.
do you have
and
an
some of the-
Instagram? I thought I saw that on your Insta.
Yeah, they had drone footage of it too. So it's just a cluster of it. It's just the area by the Portland, Oregon sign. But it's
Okay.
like really pops, and I mean there is a ton of people. I'd expected that, but it's like I always miss the cherry blossoms. I always see pictures of people visiting it, and it really is a short, like what is it, like a week, maybe 2 weeks?
It's only pretty much only that,
Yeah.
maybe less.
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah.
2 weeks, I don't think. So
And then you have jackasses like shaking it so they can get epic like
Oh.
raining pictures. Like,
Oh,
come
man,
on,
screw those
man, it's
people.
gonna go even shorter. So
Yeah.
That's
Um,
bullshit. I hate that.
I mean, it
crap.
also rains, so it could be that too. But the Pink
Eh,
Lights
well,
edition
well.
was such a cool little razzle dazzle, and maybe night pictures turned out phenomenal. Just something
Cool.
extra they did this year.
All right.
Pretty
Awesome.
flowers.
I don't have anything. I just
No, you got a whole show and tell behind
Yeah.
you.
listen.
Did,
yeah,
Show and
did you
tell.
wax your car? What brand of wax
something.
did you use? Did you
Just a wax
What
soap
about
wash,
that
combo.
soap
wash
thing
your
you
car?
I'm
did?
not waxing
Yeah.
my car currently because it's just so fucked. So
Oh,
no.
fuck. There you go.
No.
It's just a wax soap combo at this point. Like I'm not.
How about F1 on
about
Apple
them?
TV.
We've
There
already
you
done.
go.
We've already been there.
Do it again. You love F1.
I
Number
don't-
one fan wearing an F1 shirt. Sweatshirt.
Yeah,
what
wearing
is-
plus 4-4.
No,
There
plus
you
4
go.
is not
Yeah,
F1.
buddy.
That's Lewis Hamilton. That's a little different. I
Oh,
mean, it
it-
is a F1
yeah,
related.
okay.
It's F1 adjacent, but
Yeah.
like whatever. You guys, no one's gonna go to plus44.com and spend it, $200 on.
Maybe
a
they
hoodie.
will.
Anyway,
Maybe they will.
That's the spike next week. Oh, hey.
fine.
Yeah.
Go to plus44.com and you can. I don't even think there's any merch out right now because it's like a they like shadow drop stuff certain times. But he does have a foundation that helps anything that is available that you buy. Money gets donated towards his movement to like get kids into STEM education.
That's cool.
Equality across.
I got to take a picture of you guys.
Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Whatever. Lewis Hamilton's cool. Ferrari's doing well. We'll like to see Ferrari. I will say this: the 2 Saudi GPs were canceled next month because of the fucking stupid ass war in Iran. Because this dumb motherfucker in charge is an asshole. So they canceled 2 races. But. Hopefully development on the Ferrari car. Maybe they'll find some horsepower. And the Miami race in May, maybe they'll
Yeah, they got a whole month off.
get a month off to
crazy.
help
Yeah.
develop the car, and maybe it'll be faster. We'll see. But Ferrari's looking good. Their car is punching below its weight, but they got another podium last night at 3rd.
Yeah.
So like,
Man.
I mean, they can
Mercedes
compete once-
really
Mercedes is
is
strong.
kicking some ass.
They're
Yeah.
kicking some ass.
Kind of
but-
dominant right now.
But Russell wasn't looking too hot. I mean, he had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So like, if Ferrari can capitalize on their mistakes, I think Ferrari's car is pretty like that hasn't had any issues. So like, all the other cars have had issues. So like, which is a good sign that like reliability in the Ferrari could be really good. That's your F1 minute. All right.
That's
Yeah,
great.
hey, that was
F1
great.
minute.
Anyway,
New segment.
Vroom.
New segment as we get out of here, as we
It
close
only
down.
happens once a year.
Anyway, I want to thank Yousef for joining us on the show here tonight.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Thanks for coming
Good
back.
chatting with you.
Completing the
Thank you.
trilogy,
Likewise.
the Yousef Hatlani trilogy. You can go download all
I
three
mean,
of
I
those
could talk with you guys
Hatlani.
for. Thank you. I could talk with you guys for hours, but none of us. I don't think have the time.
Yeah.
No, we do not.
But yeah, thanks, Yousef. I want to remind everyone that they can find, we're on our road to 500 episodes. We're getting close. What is this, 489? Yeah, we're getting close.
Oh man.
You
We're
can still
racing towards it.
But you'll be able to find all our
Oh.
episodes in perpetuity on iTunes and Spotify and on
Right on.
youtube.com/milkmanpictures. They'll be there for everybody. And
Yep.
yeah, so you guys go, listeners. I mean, anyone who's listening to this at this point, we very rarely get new listeners. It's just like our old hat listeners that are probably just have it subscribed on iTunes and it just gets pulled and it's like they don't even listen to it anymore. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, it's all good.
Every once in a while, we'll get like
we're having fun.
every once in a while we'll get like crazy Russian bots attack on YouTube and we'll like have like 130 views and then generally it's just like 20. I don't know where we're at anymore.
Huh.
And I gotta be honest, our interest in the whole thing is kind of that's why we're ending, partially. It's just like, what are we doing? The world needs less podcasts. More activism, less podcasts.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my little rant. I want to thank Jared, Dave, Aaron, and Scott for joining me here on the couch.
Thank you,
Couch
Ian.
Co-op. I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Wild stallions.
Stallions.